All right, everybody. You see those online ads that like promise you the world, like if you're trying to grow your business?
Oh, yeah.
We're going deep on one of those today.
Oh, okay.
The one that claims it can unlock unlimited leads for your business.
Unlimited.
Unlimited, yeah.
Wow.
I'm a little skeptical, but
Yeah.
we're gonna break down this sales pitch and see what's really going on here.
I love it.
So
Sounds good.
let's jump in.
Yeah, what's interesting to me right away is how they use language that is so clearly designed to just grab your attention. Like, right?
Yeah.
Like they say stuff like, get unlimited verified leads.
Oh,
Or like, why pay for ads?
Yeah.
It's like they're those flashing neon signs. You know what I mean?
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they know exactly what we want as business owners.
Yeah.
Like, who wouldn't want a ton of leads without having to shell out a bunch of money for ads?
Right.
But, like, is it really that simple?
I mean, that's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
The thing is, they really focus on the problems with like traditional lead generation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they talk about expensive ads and unqualified leads and slow results.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of paint a bleak picture,
Yeah.
like almost making you feel desperate for a solution.
Right. Yeah, like you need this or you're going to fail.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where they introduce this, like, this game-changing tool,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
Which is this lead scraper, and it's supposed to be like the answer to all of our lead generation prayers.
Oh, wow.
So it supposedly lets you like pull unlimited leads from like all these major social media platforms.
Okay.
They talk about all this stuff like advanced filtering and like a user-friendly interface.
Yeah.
And they even say that it's way cheaper than running ads.
Eh.
It almost sounds
It did.
too good to be true.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting that feeling too. Like
Yeah.
I'm already like skeptical.
Right.
So let's look at some of the specific benefits that they're touting.
Okay.
They claim that you can save time and money,
Sure.
that you can build trust with potential customers,
Right.
and even that you can dominate your niche.
Okay.
So are those realistic outcomes for like the average business owner?
Right.
Or is this just like clever marketing?
I mean, saving time and money always sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want to do that?
Right.
But like unlimited leads and dominating your niche, I
Yeah.
don't know about that.
Yeah. Let's unpack that a little bit.
Okay.
Imagine you're a small business owner.
Yeah.
You suddenly have access to thousands of leads,
Okay.
which sounds great.
Yeah.
But do you have the resources to actually like nurture those leads and convert them?
Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
In reality, you getting this massive influx of unqualified leads could actually be bad for you.
Mhm.
It could be overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It could pull your focus away from strategies that are actually effective.
Yeah, you're right. It's not just about quantity, it's about quality.
Yeah.
Having a smaller list of leads that are really targeted, people who are actually interested
Yeah.
in what you have to offer
Yeah.
is probably way more valuable than just having this huge list of random people.
Exactly. And that brings up another point, like who is this tool really for?
Right.
They seem to be targeting everyone.
Yeah, they mentioned like digital agencies and coaches and local businesses
Yeah.
and e-commerce stores. It's like everybody.
Yeah. Can one tool really address the needs of such a diverse group of people?
Right, because like a freelance graphic designer
Right.
has totally different needs
Totally.
than like a huge e-commerce company,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It makes you wonder if they're kind of stretching the truth a little bit to appeal to more people.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And then there's the guarantee,
Oh, yeah, the
a
guarantee.
30-day, 100% guarantee.
Sounds great.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah.
But in my experience, there are always caveats and loopholes.
Right, yeah, what does 100% satisfaction even mean?
Exactly.
And what are the conditions to actually get your money back?
Right.
These are definitely questions you want answered before you give them any money.
For sure, you need to read the fine print.
Yeah.
For example, some guarantees might only cover the cost of the tool itself and not any other expenses that you had to pay while you were using it.
Right.
Or they might have really strict conditions that make it almost impossible to get a refund.
Yeah.
So don't let the promise of a guarantee like sway you without understanding the details.
Yeah, it's like they're using that guarantee to make you feel like there's no risk
Exactly.
so that you'll be more likely to buy it.
Yeah, and that brings us to another classic sales tactic,
Okay.
the limited time offer.
Oh, yeah.
They've like slashed the price.
Huge discount.
A huge discount, but the offer expires in like 48 hours.
Right.
It's a very effective way to create urgency
Yeah.
and push you towards making a quick decision.
Because you don't want to miss out on this deal.
You don't want to miss out.
Right. So
yeah.
it plays on that like fear
I'm totally.
of missing out. which is why we need to be careful.
Exactly. When you feel that pressure to act quickly, you might overlook some red flags
Yeah.
and make a decision that you regret later.
Right. So let's say just for a second
Okay.
that this thing works exactly like they say it does.
Yeah.
And now you've got like mountains of data.
Okay.
Like what happens next?
Yeah.
You just plug all those leads into your sales funnel and then just watch the money roll in?
Well, I think that's where we need to take a step back
Okay.
and look at the bigger picture of lead generation and business growth.
Okay.
Just having contact information doesn't mean that you're going to get sales.
Right.
You need a solid strategy in place
Uh-huh.
to nurture those leads, build relationships, and ultimately convert them into paying customers.
So this tool might be one piece of the puzzle,
Right.
but it's not the whole picture.
Exactly. It's not a replacement for having a real comprehensive sales and marketing plan.
Right. And that takes us back to the question of like, who is this tool really for? Like if you're a really experienced marketer
Yeah.
and you've got good systems in place, this tool could be useful.
It could be helpful.
Right. Because you would know how to handle all these leads.
Right. You'd have the experience.
And put them into your system.
Yeah.
But if you're just starting out and you don't have a marketing team or a lot of experience, this could be really overwhelming.
It could be too much.
Yeah.
And it could even hurt your progress.
Right. And it could distract you from doing the things that are really important.
Exactly. Like figuring out your target audience and your messaging and your sales process.
Right.
So in some cases, less is more.
Yeah.
A smaller list of high-quality leads who are really interested in what you have to offer is much better than a massive list of random contacts.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, and you can't replace that with a tool.
You can't.
Okay, so we've talked about some ethical concerns.
Yes.
The importance of having a marketing strategy. And the fact that this tool might not be right for everyone.
Right.
But there's one big thing we haven't talked about yet.
Okay, what's that?
The price.
Ah, yes. The price, the limited time offer, the dramatically reduced price, the ticking clock.
Yes.
Let's break down why this tactic is so effective.
Okay.
And why you need to be extra cautious.
It all comes back to FOMO, right?
It does.
Fear of missing out.
It does. We see this amazing deal and our brains just start yelling at us.
Yeah.
Don't miss out.
Don't miss out. This is your chance.
This is your only chance.
Right.
Right. And the limited time just makes it worse.
Yeah.
It creates urgency.
Yeah.
It pushes us to make a fast decision without really thinking it through.
Right.
They're trying to bypass our rational minds and appeal to our emotions.
So how do we like fight that urge?
Yeah.
Like what questions should we be asking ourselves before we click buy now?
First, ask yourself, does this tool actually align with my goals and my needs?
Right.
Don't buy into the hype.
Yeah.
Really think about whether this specific tool will actually help you solve the problems that you're having right now.
Yeah. It's easy to get excited about a shiny new tool.
Oh, yeah.
But we need to step back and see if it's a good fit for our business.
Exactly. And don't just look at the price tag.
Okay.
Think about the long-term costs.
Yeah.
Are there hidden fees, subscription charges?
Right.
Will you need to pay for training or support to use the tool?
Yeah. And how much time and effort is it going to take to use this thing?
Right.
Is it going to work with my current systems, or am I going to have to spend hours entering data?
Exactly. And don't forget to do your research.
Okay.
Research the company, read reviews from other users, look for any warning signs.
Yeah.
See what real people are saying about their experiences.
Good and bad.
The good and the bad.
That's so important.
It is.
It's so easy to get caught up in the marketing,
Yeah.
but we need to be critical.
We need to be skeptical.
Yes.
It's about making informed choices that will help your business succeed in the long run.
Not just falling for some marketing trick.
Exactly.
All right, so we've talked about all the big claims that they're making with this lead scraper tool.
Yeah.
But let's get down to like the nuts and bolts.
Okay.
How does this thing actually work?
Well, they're a little vague on the specifics in the sales material, but the basic idea seems to be automation.
Okay.
So you put in your target keywords,
Right.
maybe some demographic information, and the tool like scours all the major social media platforms.
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Grabbing contact details from profiles that match what you're looking for.
They're like a giant vacuum cleaner, just sucking up data from the internet.
That's a pretty good analogy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically.
And is that where some of the red flags start popping up? Yeah. I mean, that's where I start to get a little worried.
Okay.
First off, scraping data from social media platforms can be kind of a legal gray area. It often violates their terms of service,
Okay.
which could get you into trouble.
Wait, so you're saying that using this tool could get me in trouble
It could,
with
yeah.
like Facebook and Instagram and stuff?
It's possible.
That's not really what I signed up for.
Right, and even if you don't get into legal trouble,
Okay.
there are ethical things to think about.
Uh-huh.
Like, imagine you're a user on one of these platforms.
Okay.
How would you feel if you knew that your information was being collected without your permission
Yeah,
and then used for marketing?
not good.
Not good. Right.
I'd feel like my privacy was violated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the irony here.
Okay.
They say that building trust is one of the benefits,
Uh-huh.
but using a lead scraper could actually hurt your reputation
Yeah.
and make it harder to build those relationships.
It's like they're missing the big picture.
Yeah.
They're so focused on getting as many leads as possible
Right.
that they're not thinking about the downsides
Exactly.
or how it could actually hurt their customers.
It's short-term thinking versus long-term strategy.
Yeah, okay, so let's say for a second
Okay.
that this tool does work
Yeah.
exactly like they say it does.
Uh-huh.
And you end up with this huge list of verified leads.
Okay.
What's the next step?
Right.
Do you just start sending them sales pitches?
I have a feeling that's not going to go very well.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Right.
There's got to be more to it than that.
You're absolutely right.
Right.
Just because you have their contact info doesn't mean they're ready to buy from you.
Right.
If you start bombarding them with generic messages, it could backfire.
Yeah, you'll just annoy them.
Yeah, you'll push them away.
Okay, so what's the alternative?
Well, that's where a good marketing strategy comes in.
Okay.
You need to nurture those leads,
Uh-huh.
provide them with valuable content, and build relationships over time.
So it's not just like a set it and forget it kind of thing.
No, it's not.
This tool, even if it works,
Right.
it's just one small part of a much bigger plan.
Exactly. It's a starting point, but it's not a replacement for a real strategy.
Right. And that brings us back to who this tool is really for.
Yeah.
Like if you're a seasoned marketer
Yeah.
with systems already in place, this could be a good tool for you.
It could be a helpful addition.
Yeah. You wouldn't know what to do with all those leads.
Right. You'd have the experience.
But for someone who's just starting out,
Yeah.
maybe doesn't have a marketing team
All right.
or a ton of experience,
Mm.
this could be way too much.
It could be overwhelming.
Yeah.
It could even hurt you.
Right, because you're still trying to figure out like who your target audience is.
Yeah. And what your message is.
And how to sell to them.
Exactly.
So being bombarded with thousands of leads
Right.
could actually set you back.
Yeah, you might get distracted from the important stuff.
So less might actually be more in this case.
It's possible, yeah.
Having a smaller list
Yeah.
of people who are genuinely interested in what you have to offer
Uh-huh.
is probably better
Right.
than just having this huge list of random contacts.
Absolutely. And remember, building a successful business is about connecting with people,
Yeah.
understanding their needs, providing value.
And you can't replace that with a tool.
You can't.
Okay, so we have really like taken apart this lead scraper sales pitch.
We have.
And honestly, it's been kind of a wild ride.
It has.
I started out kind of intrigued.
Yeah.
Then I got a little skeptical.
Uh-huh.
And now I just feel like I need to like take a step back
Yeah.
and really think about it.
I think that's a great takeaway from this whole conversation.
Yeah.
These pitches are designed to make us feel something.
Right.
They play on our hopes and our fears.
Yeah.
They make us feel like we need to act now.
Like we're going to miss out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They want us to make a decision without thinking it through.
So they're trying to like trick us
Kind of, yeah.
into buying something.
They dangle these amazing promises in front of us.
Right. Like unlimited leads.
Yeah, effortless growth, guaranteed success.
But they don't really talk about the downsides.
Right. They leave out the important stuff.
The stuff that could actually hurt your business.
Exactly.
So if you're listening to this
Yeah.
and you're thinking, maybe this lead scraper tool is right for me,
Okay.
what's the most important thing to remember?
I would say take a deep breath,
Okay.
step back from all the hype,
Yeah.
and really think about what you need.
Right.
What are your goals? What
Mm.
are you trying to achieve?
Right.
Does this tool actually align with that?
Don't just buy into the idea that there's this magic solution.
Right. Figure out if it actually solves a real problem that you're facing.
Exactly. And once you know what you need,
Mm-hmm.
do your research.
Yeah.
Go beyond their website.
Right.
Read reviews.
Look for case studies.
Talk to other people who have used the tool.
See what real people are saying about their experiences.
Good and bad.
The good and the bad.
That's so important.
It is.
And then think about the long term.
Yeah.
How will this tool fit into your overall strategy?
Exactly.
Will it require more time and effort?
Well, you need to invest more money down the line.
Make sure it's a strategic decision.
Yeah.
Not just a quick purchase because you're afraid of missing out.
Right. Building a business takes time.
Yeah.
It takes effort.
It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Exactly.
And there are no shortcuts.
Nope.
No matter what these sales pitches try to tell you.
Well said.
Okay, well, that's it for this deep dive.
Great.
Thanks for joining us.
Of course.
Hopefully you learned a thing or two about lead generation
Yeah.
and how to avoid falling for these tricky sales tactics.
Absolutely.
Before you invest in any tool that promises you the world.
Yeah.
Take a step back
Ask questions.
and make sure it's right for you.
Oh, great advice.
And that's a wrap for this episode of The Deep Dive.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening.